Could Kaliningrad become the next Ukraine? A question that might seem outlandish at first, but not when we delve into the intricacies of this tiny Russian enclave's history and geopolitical significance. Nestled between Poland and Lithuania, Kaliningrad is a curious little speck on the world map. It's a Russian exclave, meaning it's a part of Russia, yet it's geographically separated from it by a good 700 miles. Now, that's quite a distance. But what makes Kaliningrad even more intriguing is its immediate neighbors. On one side you have Poland, and on the other, Lithuania. Both are NATO members, and they sandwich this Russian territory. Picture that. Russia's outposts surrounded by NATO nations. It's like a lone island in the midst of a turbulent sea, and that makes it a geopolitical hot potato. Geographically, Kaliningrad is a mere dot, covering an area of about 6,000 square miles, but don't let its size fool you. This little enclave is a strategic jewel in Russia's crown. Think of it as a military stronghold, a naval base that offers Russia a warm water port on the Baltic Sea, accessible all year round. It's like a chess piece, small yet mighty, that Russia can use to counterbalance NATO's influence in the region. But it's not just about military might. Kaliningrad's location also makes it a critical player in Russia's economic game. It's a gateway to European markets, and that's a card Russia likes to play when it comes to trade and diplomacy. Yet despite all this, Kaliningrad's position is tenuous. Its isolated geography, its complex relationship with NATO neighbors, and its evolving role in Russia's strategic playbook all contribute to a sense of uncertainty. Could it become a flashpoint for conflict much like Ukraine did? Or will it continue to serve as Russia's western bulwark? Now that we have an understanding of where Kaliningrad is and why it's unique, let's delve into its historical background. To understand Kaliningrad's present, we need to travel back in time. Let's step into the pages of history and chart the journey of this unique region. Our story begins in the throes of the Second World War, a time of turmoil and change. The world was redrawn, and so was the map of Europe. The city, then known as Königsberg, was a part of East Prussia, an integral territory of Germany. The city was heavily fortified, and it was here that the Nazis made their last stand against the advancing Soviet forces. The war ended, but not without its fair share of consequences. The Potsdam Agreement of 1945 saw the three major Allied powers, the United States, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union, decide the fate of Germany. The city of Königsberg and its surrounding region was handed over to the Soviet Union, marking a significant shift in the geopolitical landscape of Europe. This transition was far from smooth. The region, now renamed Kaliningrad, faced massive changes. Its German population was expelled, replaced by Soviet citizens. The city was transformed into a closed military zone, serving as the westernmost outpost of the Soviet Union, a strategic position during the Cold War. As the decades rolled on, Kaliningrad continued to evolve. The fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 brought about more changes. It became an exclave of the Russian Federation, geographically separated from the mainland by Lithuania and Poland. This isolation led to unique challenges and opportunities, shaping Kaliningrad's identity in ways that still resonate to this day. So you see, Kaliningrad's journey has been marked by constant change, influenced by the tides of history and the machinations of world powers. Its identity has been shaped, reshaped, and shaped again, a testament to its resilience in the face of adversity. With its tumultuous past, Kaliningrad was set on a path that would lead it to its current predicament. As history has shown us, geopolitical tensions can lead to unexpected outcomes. Our focus now shifts to Ukraine, a nation that has been at the heart of such tensions between Russia and the West. The echoes of the Ukrainian crisis resonate loudly when we consider the situation in Kaliningrad. In recent history, Ukraine has been a battlefield where East meets West. The country's strategic importance has made it a focal point of contention, leading to devastating conflict and an ongoing struggle for autonomy. This struggle, in many ways, mirrors the potential future of Kaliningrad. Like Ukraine, Kaliningrad holds a critical position on the geopolitical chessboard. It's a Russian exclave nestled between NATO members Poland and Lithuania, making it a potential flashpoint for East-West tensions. The strategic significance of this region, much like Ukraine's, cannot be overstated. Now, let's consider the political dynamics. In Ukraine, a drive for closer ties with the European Union sparked a crisis, leading to Russia's controversial annexation of Crimea in 2014. Could a similar scenario unfold in Kaliningrad? It's not inconceivable. The exclave's isolation from mainland Russia and proximity to the European Union make it susceptible to such geopolitical maneuvering. Moreover, the rise of pro-European sentiments among the people of Kaliningrad, much like those in Ukraine, could further fuel these tensions. This shift in public opinion, coupled with the region's strategic importance, creates a potentially volatile mix. However, it's important to note that while the parallels are striking, the future is not preordained. Kaliningrad's fate will be shaped by a multitude of factors, including the policies of Russia and the West, the aspirations of its people, and the broader geopolitical climate. The similarities between Kaliningrad and Ukraine are undeniable, but the question remains, could Kaliningrad become Ukraine 2.0? As we delve deeper into this intriguing subject, remember that history often rhymes, but it seldom repeats itself verbatim. Only time will tell what the future holds for this intriguing enclave. In the present day, the winds of change are blowing in Kaliningrad. The city, once a strategic military hub, now finds itself at the crossroads of history and modernity. While the Russian flag may still flutter proudly over its buildings, the hearts of its inhabitants are beginning to beat to a different drum. The once homogeneous population of Kaliningrad is now a melting pot of diverse nationalities, languages and cultures. A growing number of its citizens are beginning to question their identity and their place within the Russian Federation. Dissatisfaction is mounting, and it's not just about politics or economics, it's about their very sense of self. This identity crisis is further intensified by the increasing Western influences in the region. The internet, social media and globalization have opened up the world to the people of Kaliningrad. They have tasted the fruits of democracy, freedom of speech, and human rights. They have seen how their neighbors in the West live, and they want a piece of it. But the Russian government isn't turning a blind eye to this brewing storm. They are aware of the growing discontent and are taking steps to maintain control. They have increased their military presence in the region, and have tightened their grip on the media. But are these measures enough to quell the rising tide of dissatisfaction? Yet, it's not just about the people of Kaliningrad. This geopolitical chess game also involves NATO, the European Union, and the United States. They are watching the situation closely, aware of the strategic significance of Kaliningrad. If the region were to break away from Russia, it would have severe implications on the balance of power in Europe. The current scenario in Kaliningrad is like a pot of boiling water. The heat is rising, the bubbles are forming, and it's only a matter of time before it overflows. The question is, will it be a peaceful transition, or will it descend into a violent conflict? The current scenario in Kaliningrad is complex and volatile, setting the stage for potential upheaval. As we gaze into the future, the fate of Kaliningrad remains uncertain. This exclave, nestled between Poland and Lithuania, faces a future that's as complex as its past. Its geopolitical significance, coupled with its unique history, makes predicting its trajectory a challenging task. Yet certain current trends and expert opinions give us some food for thought. Firstly, let's consider the possibility of Kaliningrad following in the footsteps of Ukraine. A growing sense of regional identity, fueled by the exclave's historical ties to Europe, could potentially push for greater autonomy. This scenario could lead to a tug-of-war between Russia and the European Union, similar to the Ukrainian crisis. However, let's not forget that Kaliningrad is a strategic military hub for Russia. It's unlikely that Russia would easily relinquish control over this territory. In this case, the future might see Kaliningrad's militarization intensify, turning it into a veritable fortress. Another potential outcome is economic. Kaliningrad's position as a special economic zone within Russia, and its proximity to major European markets, could turn it into a bustling trade hub. This could lead to a future where Kaliningrad becomes an economic powerhouse, straddling the divide between Russia and the EU. Of course, these are all speculative scenarios. The future is often shaped by unpredictable events and countless variables. The role of international diplomacy, the will of the Kaliningrad people, and the broader geopolitical climate will all play a part in determining what lies ahead for this unique region. Finally, let's bear in mind that the future of Kaliningrad is not just a local or regional issue. It's a matter of global significance. The decisions made here could impact relations between Russia and the West, and have ramifications that echo far beyond its borders. While we can only speculate about the future, one thing is certain: the world will be watching Kaliningrad with bated breath.